back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our 24/7 news report videos. As always, we start with the headline news, and the headline news this evening is about Jack Harrison. It's been a Jack Harrison roller coaster of a day. The headline news being that Everton are close to completing a loan deal for Leeds winger Jack Harrison. The move is understood to be a straight loan deal with an option to buy. Aston Villa inquired about a similar deal, but have withdrawn their interest due to Harrison currently being injured and is likely to miss several weeks of the season. That's come via Sky Sports. Yeah, basically, we ran a poll on the Toffee Blues as well, saying would you take Jack Harrison at Everton? 5,410 of you voted. 81.3% said yeah, 13.6% said I don't know, and 5.1% said no. Yeah, listen, the thing with Jack Harrison is, I mean, it's been a roller coaster, like I said. We'll sort of run down some of the drama of today. But the thing with him is I like him. I really do like him. I think he's a good player. He's a very Dyche-esque player. The only worry I do have with him is this injury, several weeks. That's just till he's like fit enough to play. Then he's going to have to get Dyche fit, which is, we look at Calvert-Lewin, who's still not up to Dyche fitness. And Harrison will have to put in a few more runs than Calvert-Lewin. It just sort of like almost adds to the oof, But yeah, like I said, it broke today. Paul Joyce broke it today. And then the Mirror sort of jumped on it, saying that Harrison was going to come to Everton. Like I said, the release clause in his contract, he was due to have his medical. He underwent his medical. David Ornstein said he'd undergone his medical for a season-long loan. Does look like it's an option to buy, so if it doesn't go well, that's fine. And then it all sort of like derailed after reports he'd had his medical. Fabrizio Romano said Aston Villa were going to hijack him. Then there were reports that he's decided to join Aston Villa despite having a medical at Everton. Fabrizio said he's decided to join Villa and he's travelled down to Aston Villa for his medical, which is absolutely crazy. And then Fabrizio said that after a medical at Everton, Emery's call, Aston Villa hijack it, new medical booked. Villa have been informed of his current injury. He could be out to 5 to 6 weeks. That's up to Villa then. And then Aston Villa decided that they want him as a replacement for the injured Bundia, and that's just too much to ask. So Aston Villa said they have no intention to proceeding with it, and it's now back in Everton's court. So at the time of recording, it's back in Everton's court. What happens now is yet to be seen. But yeah, it's a huge, what a day. What an absolute day. Stuff's never easy, is it, with Everton? I think a lot of us had like Danjuma flashbacks. But yeah, really, really crazy. What a day. Just a normal day of Everton's all we asked for, and that's the most Everton day I've seen in a long time. But yeah, like I said, Toffee Blues ran up on our Twitter, and the responses were good. I think I like him. I think he's hardworking. The winger. I think he plays well. I think he's a very Dyche-esque player. He likes to cross as well, which is brilliant to see. I think the only problem is this injury. Like I said, that's out for a while now, isn't it? That injury, that's gonna push him back a long time. And that's the only real negative I have on Jack Harrison. It'd be interesting to see if this persuades Nonto to come as well now. We'll have to wait and see on that one. I think the Nonto one is sort of very, very, very interesting, especially as Leeds fans absolutely seem to despise him. But like I said, yeah, Sky Sports reporting that, yeah, we look like we've got him, and it looks like there might be an option to buy in the middle of it as well, which is very, very curious. We also have the news on BETO. Peter O'Rourke announced yesterday Everton are in advanced talks to sign Udinese striker Beto. A deal is close to being agreed for the Portuguese striker on loan with an obligation to buy. We ran a poll. 1,927 of you voted. 72.1% said yeah, 24% said I don't know, and 3.9% said yeah, no. I'm really, really excited for this one. I put on my Twitter yesterday to it. That it's sort of like, which is at C_Williams 61097. If you want to follow that, that's C_Williams 61097. I put the graphs, the polygraphs that you see, comparing him to Calvert-Lewin. Because let's be honest, that's more than likely who he's going to be, sort of the like for like. I don't think he's the Nonto-esque build, but he is the Calvert-Lewin build. And you can see the graphs on there, but it looks like a more fitting to a Calvert-Lewin. He's a lot like Calvert-Lewin, but a better dribbler, which is one of Calvert-Lewin's biggest sort of weaknesses, is his dribbling. Not to say it's bad, but I think it could be better. But BETO is very similar. He's strong, powerful, great aerial ability, knows where the net is, can disrupt, but he also is a better dribbler. So I really like him. I hope we can get this one over the line. I think he'd be a fantastic acquisition for us. And like I said, a loan again. So if the loan ends up not going well, if it's an obligation to buy, we can just send him back. It's not the end of the world there. That's the sort of luxury of these obligations. I think they're pretty much no risk. No risk, no reward. If he's great, you sign him up. If he isn't, you let him go. But yeah, Peter O'Rourke did also add that Everton are continuing their works, negotiations are taking place. So that does look like, as far as Peter O'Rourke's concerned, that's a big move for BETO. Potentially could even be done middle of this week, maybe. But yeah, moving on to Wilfried Gnonto. Sky Sports News have said that Everton still remain interested despite Leeds' statement saying that they want to keep him. I saw that Leeds fans were chanting about him the other day. They absolutely despise him because his transfer request, he's put it in. I don't see how Leeds don't let him go this summer, realistically. I think we are going to get him, but I think this is going to really drag on, the Gnonto one. If we don't get him, somebody else will. I think he leaves Leeds this summer regardless. I think he's upset a couple of people at Leeds, mainly the Leeds fans. So yeah, that one's worth watching. If you're worried about Gnonto, wondering where that is, that's basically where we're at with that. He wants to leave. Leeds are saying no. But I mean, the problem with players, if they want to go, is you're not going to keep an unhappy player, are you? And you might as well get your money's worth out of him. I think the problem is that we're obviously not offering what Leeds want, and Leeds are like, we'll keep him then. So yeah, worth watching that one. We also have that Southampton are in talks to sign Mason Holgate on loan. However, the big gap on the percentage of wages that Southampton would pay, there is a big gap, sorry. That's come via Sky Sports News again. I think this would be the best for Mason Holgate career-wise. I just don't know if they're going to be able to pay his wages, which, begs to differ when you think, what's he on? But I think this would be best for him. Get out, get a loan, potentially a permanent move. That one might be one to watch. But yeah, I think that's everything we've got time for as well. So yeah, and David Maddock had also added, as of 28 minutes ago, that despite Villa bid and contrary to inaccurate reports elsewhere, Everton have completed the deal for Jack Harrison, who's passed his medical. The club are now submitting the paperwork, so that seems absolutely done. So yeah, that's brilliant to see as well. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment down below your thoughts on anything I've discussed. Look forward to reading them, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care.